The reason I quit FedEx Ground. Let's talk about it. I originally was not going to make this video, but I got a couple comments asking, do you still work at FedEx? Are you still there? What's going on? And I stated that in my update video, but I kind of want to get into more depth of why I quit. And before I get into that, I just want to say thank y'all so much for the support on those vlog videos that I made. They were actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing it. And it was surprisingly popping off. I mean, people really enjoyed those, and I get comments saying, you know, you're doing a good job, man. I'm jealous, blah, 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 blah. Keep up the good work. But there's stuff behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. For those of you who do work at FedEx or have worked at FedEx, you understand what I'm about to say. So I'll start off. For those of you who don't know exactly how FedEx works, you don't work for FedEx itself. I think it's ground only. I'm not sure if it's express. Correct me if I'm wrong, but definitely ground. You work for a contractor. You work for a contractor that works for FedEx, and they delivered the packages for FedEx. So you're working for that contractor. So when I initially got there, I really didn't have any delivery driving experience. I got hired on like pretty quickly. I obviously had to take my DOT physical exam. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's basically a physical. You know, they check to make sure you have the strength, the vision, the hearing. They also drug test you to make sure, you know, all that. So I started around December of 22, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was like right after Christmas time. So I kind of dodged a bullet when I started. So, you know, a month or two goes in and, you know, I'm learning the ropes. I'm understanding my route and all that type of stuff. And, you know, it was fine for a while. There was a couple hiccups at the beginning because I just didn't really know what was going on. No one was like telling me anything. I had to like ask people. I had to like, you know, talk to my bosses about shit that I didn't know about. So now I'm going to get into why I left. I was there for a whole year, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. After the couple months I was there, it just went downhill from there. I mean, I felt like I went into work, nobody acknowledged you. I probably talked to maybe 2 guys there, and they were coworkers, but I barely saw them. I saw them maybe in the morning, and that was it. But like, nobody acknowledged you. Barely my bosses, they barely like acknowledged me. Honestly, like they would say hi every once in a while, but they barely acknowledged me. So I felt like I was not valued there. And I'll get into more depth of why I felt not valued at all. So I think right around, summertime, I think that's when I start that. I think that was my first vlog that I posted. I'm not exactly sure about that, but and I did not expect that vlog to blow up like it did. I did not. And again, thank y'all for supporting that video. I really appreciate that. So summer rolls around and it's super hot outside, and keep in mind, there's no AC in those step vans, trucks. Yeah, there was no AC in the trucks at all. So the only way you could really cool yourself down is by having the doors all the way open on both sides. That's the only way you could. And they had like a little fan that was like posted on the dash. That didn't do shit. It just didn't. I went to my contractor and I was like, hey, I've been here for about 6 months now. I've been busting my ass for you guys. Like, is there any way I can get a raise? Like, just a little raise. Because I'll be honest with you, the pay there was shit. It was absolutely shit. You get a base rate of, I think, $150 a day. That could change. That could be different now, but you know, when I was there, $150 a day. But if you delivered more than, I think it was like 150 packages, I can't remember, you get commission off that. So I barely got any commission besides $150 base rate. And like that honestly was kind of shit for the work I was doing. That was very low, in my opinion. It was very, very, very low. And so I went up to my boss and I was like, hey, is there any way I could get some sort of raise? Like I've been here for a little bit now, and he agreed. He gave me a whopping 10 extra bucks a day. So that's like an extra $50 a week, which is better than nothing. But at the same time, I'm like, that's it. I don't know. It felt a little strange to me. So time passes and I make a couple more vlogs, and I just wasn't feeling satisfied. I just wasn't. I was not feeling satisfied with that company. There were days where I was out until probably, 6, 7 o'clock at night, delivering these packages. Not all the time. It was very rare, but there were some days where it was very, very rough. And I just got very, very burnt out, tired of it. It just felt like nothing was here for me. And another shitty thing, they had 0 health benefits. No health insurance, no dental insurance, no vision insurance, no retirement, nothing. They had zilch. Toward the end of my tender there, they finally, it was a really cheap health insurance package that really wasn't worth shit to me. Like, it just wasn't. And I was like, okay, I guess this is better than nothing. Fast forward to peak season. And this was probably the nail in the coffin for me, 100%. I had to work 6 days a week. And for those of you drivers out there, you know what I'm talking about. 6 days a week, probably you're averaging 250 to 350 stops a day or more. And I would just walk in the terminal every morning during peak season, man. And I'm like, oh, God damn it, dude. Like, it was just awful. And another thing I want to mention too, most of the trucks there were fine, but especially the older diesel models, those things were absolute trash. And I was shocked that they had those things on the road. I just don't understand it, because I've had a couple times where I drove those really old beat up diesel FedEx trucks, and you guys might have seen those. The truck would just randomly shut off on me while I'm driving. I'm not shitting you. It would shut off on me. And I almost got into an accident a couple times. So I call my contractor and I'm like, hey, you need to get this truck off the road. I almost got into an accident twice. And so finally, after explaining to him multiple times, they finally take it off and they just put it to the side. But here's what they did. They put it off to the side. They probably never fixed it. And then when peak season came around, they put it back in the lineup. And I had to drive it again because he assigned me to a specific route. And I had to drive that truck again. And I go, I'm not driving this truck. I went up to him and I'm like, no, unless if that truck is fixed, I'm not driving it. And the guy told me they didn't fix it. And I told him, I'm not driving that truck, because I almost got into a few accidents with that thing. So it kind of felt like no one was listening to me. No one valued my opinions and whatever. And I got so tired of it, which after peak season, I called it quits. I think my last vlog was the peak season vlog. That was it for me. I just decided to quit. I was done. I know I wanted to pursue other opportunities. I do want to talk about one more thing. When I gave my notice to my contractor saying I was done, I walked in there, I turned in my stuff, all my clothes, all the, shirts, jackets, whatever. And my contractor looks at me and goes, "Where's your snow pants?" I go, "I never gotten any. What are you talking about?" And he accuses me of stealing them or losing them when I never got them in the first place. So I was fighting with this dude for a good 10 minutes, and I I said some things I shouldn't have said, but I was done. I was out of there. You know, I could not do it anymore. So instead of, you know, it was good working with you, Joe. Good luck on your next endeavor. We appreciate what you've done. Where's your snow pants? Why you lost them? You stole them. What the fuck? Like, after all I've done for, I was mad, dude. Like, I was mad. And that just showed me right there, I made one of the best decisions of my life leaving that place. I'm dead serious. So, you know, the vlogs were fun. I enjoyed making them for you guys, and I really appreciate you guys supporting those videos. Much appreciated. But I had to do what was best for me. I had to get out of there. It was not worth it anymore to me. You know, I'm at a much better situation now, making way more money. Yeah, guys, that's the reason why I stepped away from FedEx Ground. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't. So I really hope you guys understand why I left, and I'm sorry that there's going to be no more FedEx vlogs. I apologize for that, but you know, it is what it is. You know, this channel, I'm going to be doing reaction content pretty much most of the time, sometimes review content. But yeah, that's what this channel is going to be about, man. Just reaction videos, reviews, all that type of stuff. So yeah, guys, that's my take on the whole thing. Again, I hope you guys understand my position. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, that's it for me. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.